Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm happy you're here. And again, I want to thank all my new subscribers. I so appreciate you taking the time to learn a better way to live your life. Isn't that special? And I want to remind you to please like and share my videos. And leave me comments. I don't get any comments on my email from any of you, but one day maybe someone will have a question, and I am totally open to it. So, what is my topic today? Well, it's why it's hard for you to live a blissful life. So it's a lot of things I've already mentioned, but my guides want me to bring this up again. And also I'm going to speak a little bit about the election. So I hope you sit back, have a cup of coffee, and enjoy this message. So, as you know, if you follow me, I do write a lot of poetry. Everything is about rainbows and unicorns and love and dream world and fantasy. And I post a lot on Facebook. I have a lot of followers on Facebook. And so these are the people that I'm referring to. So many people ask me how, or think I'm crazy, that life is blissful and full of unicorns and such. And so this is about why you are still struggling. People are always still struggling, or they say, I can't do it, or it's too hard. And first of all, what you believe is what you create. You need to write that down. If you think it's hard, it's hard. If you think it's easy. And if something is hard for you right now, then instead of going, oh, I can't do it, it's too hard, I'm not going to do it, just put your future in that it's not. It's easy. Everything I learn is easy. Trying to change myself is easy because you create your future. Nobody else creates it but you. Nobody causes problems but you. Not your friends, not your lovers, not your boyfriends, not your girlfriends, not the media. Nobody does it but you. You do it because you believe what you see. And I will say this again, that every single thing that is out there is not true. Again, I will remind you, the world was taken over by negative entities. I'll just put it that simply, who have ruled this earth, who have ruled the government, the presidency, and everything else. And also the whole system, the health system, the banking system, the media, Hollywood. People are motivated by money. Doctors are motivated by money. They get money when certain pharmaceutical companies come by and want them to sell their product and promote this new drug. And if they do it, they get paid. So this is the media. The media, I don't even know how half these people sleep at night when they continue to broadcast false news. All of this is a plot, a ploy, and a plan to control you. The difference between most of you and people who are like me are not controlled by the media. They're not controlled by the lies because we know the truth. We experience it. We see it. We don't just read something about it and believe it. And I've told you before, all the information I give you, all you need to trust. Trust it by trying it. Just do it. Can you spend 24 hours in one day just being somebody different and watching the miracles? Is it that difficult? And when that negative thought comes to your mind, that's your ego. Just say no and then repeat. I love myself. I am happy. I am free. Whatever you need to do is affirmations are uplifting. And when you say that to yourself, because you're in charge of yourself. So if your body is sick, you don't say you're sick, you say you're well. And then you can send love and light to all your cells. You are that powerful. And instead of using your powers, your gifts, you fall back into every negative situation that's on the planet, everything that you've learned. You repeat the voices from your family, from your mother, from your father, from your teachers, everything that's negative. And a lot of the reasons why this is happening even more so is not for you to get attached to it, but to go, oh, wow, this stuff is still in my body. I still need to release it. This is why it's happening. Not to upset you, not to make you think you're a failure, but the universe is in charge. And you want to know who is in charge? Well, I don't need to tell you. It's just nobody here. We are all orchestrated by outside. Everything is orchestrated by outside. Everything that's positive. So how do you tap into that? You tap into your higher self. Like I've said before, your higher self knows everything. Everything that's only for you. So, there's diets that are on. Do this diet, eat this food, don't eat this food, do this, do that. Take this vitamin, don't take this vitamin. I mean, obviously it's craziness. So what do? You learn how to be in touch with your higher self. And I'm going to remind you again right now. All you need to do is say, I am connected to my higher self in all dimensions, because we are multidimensional. And your higher self is all in all other dimensions. You can be so many different places, like I mentioned before, but you want to bring your higher self to you in all the dimensions. And then when you feel it, you will be pushed forward. That is, yes, you're connected. And once you're connected, what is the best food for me to eat? And you can say that, but if you can get a whole list of things in your head, good for you. I personally don't. So I go through all my food. And I'm telling you, I'm vegan. And the recipes or the mixtures of food and stuff that I get from my higher self, I could open up a restaurant with it. It is so fantastic. And I trust. That's who you trust. You don't trust outside of yourself. You trust inside of yourself. Inside is who you love. You love you. You take care of you. You heal you. And you don't worry about everybody else. It doesn't matter what everyone else is doing, what they're thinking, if they're judging you or not. It don't matter. That's their problem. If people are taking the time to judge you, then they're judging themselves and they're not ready to awaken. Stay away from those people. Eliminate people out of your life that don't bring you to a higher place. Because this isn't about them. It's about you. You chose to come here. You chose to raise your vibration. You chose to grow and to learn. And you forgot. And that brings me to this. How could you not forget? I mean, like I said, and I'm laughing because I can see the joke. Do you remember watching, I think it was a TV show, the Stepford Wives or something, how they were just a bunch of robots. And, you could just program your robot and make her or him the perfect match for you or whatever, right? Well, that's what you become, is robots. Because everything that's in your head and everything that flows through your body is fear-based negative information. Once you realize that everything that you are attaching yourself to is fear-based negative information that is not true, that's your key to happiness. You've got to get rid of it. And you can't do it in 2 seconds, and you can't do it in a day. You got to practice. Every time you catch yourself doing something negative, thinking something negative, stop. When you stop it, that's showing you that you remember and that you're on the road to change. And just say, no, I'm not putting that out there. Because your words are powerful. So what you put out there, you're going to bring it to you. You bring it to you, doesn't it show you that scene? And don't you sit there and go, of course it's true. I see it. Because you put it there. You created it. You do it. So if you can attach to negativity and show yourself this scene, then change it. Show yourself the positive. Show yourself the truth. It comes to you the same exact way because you do it. And, I spent yesterday watching television and did it to see, is there anything positive on television? Now, if you watch daytime TV, it's all about cancer treatment. It used to be soapbox, right? But oh boy, do they just drill you with cancer. And why are they drilling you? Well, it's obvious to me. It's because people are posting how CBD oil is the cancer cure. People are doing it. Doctors are talking about it. It's all over the internet. They know it. Do they want you to use CBD oil? Oh, hell no. They want you to use their chemo, their drugs. Everything they promote, think about it. When you have a skin issue and they have some, we finally came up with this cream for your eczema. And then very quickly they'll tell you what it'll do to you. It could cause heart failure, could cause you to throw up, could cause you to die. So you have clear skin. Yeah, right. And but you also have the option, or it's not really an option, all these other bad things can happen to you. But let me dig this further for you. Since you were born, we've all been injected with poisons, vaccines, information, medical crap. And all of these drugs that supposedly help your infections and whatever are what has created your problems today. All the processed foods. People will go, well, gluten doesn't bother me, so I'll just keep eating it. Well, fine, eat it. It might not appear to bother you, but have you taken a microscope and looked inside your body and see what it does? There's so many new mothers that are feeding their children organic foods, and that's a great thing. But they feed their children organic foods, but they don't eat it. It makes no sense. So all processed foods is processed with hidden poisons. And so you become over 30 and all of a sudden you start developing all these issues. And what do they tell you? Oh, it's because you're aging. It's not because you're aging, but you are aging because they bombarded you with you're gonna age, you're gonna die, you're gonna get sick, you're gonna get Alzheimer's, you're gonna have this problem, you're gonna have that problem. You need to go to the doctor, you need to take this test, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to take this drug. No, no, no. You need to ask your higher self. Is this the better food for me? Is this the better diet for me? Should I go vegan? Yes or no? Should I take this pill? Yes or no? And most of the time you're going to find out, especially if you go vegan, you might need a vitamin C pill once every 2 months. You might need calcium once every 2 months. It's not going to be a daily thing because you're finally healing your body and changing your cells. And on top of it, the universe is doing it too. This is why you go to the doctor and the doctor doesn't have a clue what's wrong with you, because we're all releasing trash and garbage that is in our souls for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And so you only need to always be in touch with your higher self, because your higher self is going to guide you. And I tell you, so many times I want to go places, but I ask and they say no, and I don't want to stay home, but I do, because I don't know what the reason is. You don't know what the reason is. It's all about trusting yourself. You really don't understand how energy works. You can walk into a place and be happy. You can be above cloud 9. But if you're in an area or a space where everybody is negative, then that negative energy just runs over to you because you're trying to be positive, and then it enters into your bloodstream, into your body. It affects you. So every morning you need to ground yourself to the 7th dimensional earth, because in the 7th dimensional earth is where love, beauty, harmony, peace is. Not here. It's coming, and there's a lot of us who do, but just think, it's kind of like you broke your arm, you put a cast on it, and then you went out and you banged it, 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 you ruined it, and you kept it broken. It's the same thing. You turn on the television and it's negative, 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 negative. Soap operas are negative. They don't teach love, peace, and harmony. They show you how awful relationships can be. They show you how divorce is prominent. They show you how you can get sick, you can die, you can murder somebody, and you can walk free. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then on top of that, it's one cancer commercial after another. And whoa, today is election day. Now, there's a lot of things I'm going to share with you about election day and about elections period. And there's a lot of you who are going to hate me for it, and that's your problem. Because I have a vision that you don't have. Some of you do, but most of you don't. I was blessed with this vision. Sometimes, the things that I see and the things that I hear and the things that I know that you don't know are so simple to me. And this is why they made me God's messenger. Because I speak for him, or his energy, pretty much. People have found themselves through religion. They believe that God is fearful, someone to fear. That's not true. You can go to religion and to church and pick out some pieces of truth, but most of it is propaganda, lies, fear-based knowledge. Elections. Let me tell you about elections. Think about this. When there's an election, what happens? You have every politician on the news paying millions of dollars, think about it, people, to tell you about the person they're running against, how evil they are, how bad they are. You see, first of all, let me tell you this. We're not separate. The world has been about being separate because it's not true. We're all connected. I'm connected to you and you're connected to me. I am you and you are me. One day, this will make more sense to you, but just stay on that thought process. So now the election comes, and are they being loving, kind? No. Do they write these propositions to confuse the hell out of you? You don't even know what is real and what isn't real. Okay? And then election is also about separation. You got Republican, you got Democrat. Republican, Republican, Democrat, Democrat. Who do I become? Should I be a Democrat? Should I be a Republican? BS, be yourself. Number one. These parties are crap. That's what they are. Another form of lies, manipulation, separation. Anything that separates you from anyone else is a lie, okay? Now, sure, there were times that I thought elections meant something, but I've been shown the truth, and they have slipped up, and I'm going to remind you. First off, I never like to get off of work and try to find some poll to cast my vote in, and when I found out you could write your vote in, that was more convenient. So that's what I did. And after every election that was local, they would say, yeah, this proposition is winning and this one's winning and blah, 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 blah. And they even said, and if I had a recording of it, I would have put it right here, but I don't. But they said, we don't even count the write-in ballots. So why bother to vote? Now, let's just say you still believe that they do that. What about President Bush? Think about it. Was he elected into office? No, he was not. Then we have this electoral college bullshit where everyone wants this president, let's just say. And then the Electoral College says, no, we're going to take this one, and that's who becomes president. Does your vote matter? No. And what about Bush? Well, lo and behold, they said Bush wasn't elected, but then his brother in Florida, they'd all talked about, oh, the Florida ballots were a mess. Yeah, right. And they had to recount them and all of this bullshit. And then all of a sudden he became president because Florida made a mistake. That is garbage too. A lot of you forgot. I'm reminding you. Your vote does not count. Why do we vote? Why do we do anything? We do all this bullshit for the world because they brainwashed you to believe it. They sit back, they rewrite things, they make you think you count. And what happens if you don't want something to come in fruition, and it does? Are you happy? No, you're angry. And then everybody gets mad and everybody hates everybody. And then everybody bashes everybody. I've been bashed for not voting. Oh no, Maxine, your vote counts. Right. If my vote counted when San Diego decided to put on the ballot about these plastic bags that they're so bad for the universe, bullshit, there's always a plot and a ploy behind everything. So if that was the case, Just think about it. If that was the case. Now, it takes maybe 2 days to count all the ballots, right? You know that. I know that. That's a lie because they don't count them anyway. It takes 2 days or whatever. Let's just say it does. And then they have to go through the process of making it happen, right? Shit, they did that with marijuana. Oh, it's going to take a year. Yeah, right. It's taking a year because they don't want it to become available. They made it available so you think you voted for it, and then they make it difficult for it to be possible for you to get it. And I can't even tell you how many places in San Diego that have been closed down because they don't follow the rules. It's garbage, people. Do you see this? Anyway, getting back to the plastic bags. I've brought this up in a video before, so if you've seen it, I'm sorry, but I'm going to bring it up again. The next day, I went to Walmart, went grocery shopping. They already had all the plastic bags that we had to purchase. And I said to the girl, that's very interesting to me because if this was just on the ballot and voted yesterday, how come you already have the bags for us to buy? Why hasn't it taken a process? She goes, that's a good question because to be honest with you, we've had them for 3 weeks, ready for today. Duh. Duh. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. It makes total sense to me. And it just drives me nuts. You have a choice. You can live in heaven. Heaven is here. But it's not for any of you who don't follow your truth. Because you're still wrapped up in dogma, you're wrapped up in lies, you're wrapped up in fear, you're wrapped up in old programs, you're wrapped up into your life, your childhood. Let me tell you this. I don't care if you've been raped, if you've been left homeless, if you've been kicked out of your house. We've all had problems with our families. And it's karma, people. That's what it's been. You chose it. You need to look at it and go, what do I need to change about myself to change what goes on with me? Remember, it's only about you. When you raise your consciousness, you raise the consciousness of the planet. When you change and you love yourself 100% unconditionally, that's all you should focus on and nothing else, then all your negative friends will disappear and your soul family will show up miraculously. That's how it works. Whatever you want, you create it. You manifest it. You have the power, but you can't just say, I'm going to manifest a new job and then expect it to happen if you don't trust it, if you don't follow it, if you don't believe it, and you dig yourself back into your old programs. You've got to get rid of your old programs. There are people like me scattered all over the world, in every city, in every country. There are people like me in the middle of Africa, where it's a third world country, and these people know about love, peace, and harmony, and they spread it there. Now, sure, if it was up to me, I just want to be with people who are like me, because it gets tiring sometimes to see that you all don't get it. But it's okay. I still love you anyway. I'm still here to remind you, because so many people that followed me that were broken, it's taken them so long to come through, but they're coming through, and I'm so happy that I was able to be there when they needed advice, when they needed a reminder, when they needed guidance. And that's why I ask you, please, to email me any question you have. I don't care what it is. It's not stupid. I'm not judging you because I don't judge. I don't judge you at all. I mean, if you want to do the things that you do, that's your choice. You might be watching my videos and still not ready to awaken. And you probably won't watch them anymore, but you know they're available if you need it. I'm always available for anyone. That's why I'm here. That's what I live for. I used to enjoy going out dancing and clubbing and partying. Not heavy duty partying, but just once a week. I don't do that anymore. And I don't do it because I'm 100% enmeshed in truth. And that's all I can think of. It's all that I am. I'm just a truth magnet, I guess. It's like, how do you forget what I know? I can't forget what I know because I hate to tell you, I wake up in the morning and it's pounded in my head and I'm pushed. Do this, do this, do this. So I'm the speaker. I mean, I'm not a speaker of the house, and I'm not a speaker for the government. I'm a speaker for you. I'm here to help us all live the life that we so desperately want to live and keep searching for it in all the wrong places. So let me check my notes here. Yep. Actually, believe it or not, I actually was able to share with you everything that I wanted to share about elections, about the media, about fear, about why you have issues, still have them. Even if you had 1 hour of peace, then you could turn on the radio. I don't even listen to the radio that's broadcasted anymore because I don't want to listen to the news and I don't want to listen to the crap that they talk about. They talk about crap too. It's all over the world broadcasting non-truths about love, about relationships, about elections, about health, about everything. You know, there are true news that you could tap yourself into. You can hide. You know, that's what you do. You hide. I don't want to do it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And guess what? I'm just going to be truthful for you. You don't have to know. You don't have to awaken. But you're the only one who's going to suffer for it. Because everyone has to awaken at one point in their life. When you don't awaken and when you fight it, it affects you. You become 10 times more depressed, 10 times more sick, 10 times more everything that's negative. Because it's kind of like they're getting you to a point where you're not going to have another choice to be happy. Isn't that funny? To be happy. You don't want to make the choice of happiness and freedom. You want to stay in your little bubble. You worry about maybe the person you're married to. Maybe you're changing and they're not, and you don't want to upset the apple cart. It's time to leave. Because when you're in any situation that you're not supposed to be in, whether a job it's negative, your friends are negative, you get told subliminally, intuitively to leave, and you don't do it, and then the universe eventually just does it for you. They yank people out of your life. They have you in an accident, where you're flattened out for a while, so you have no one to talk to and nothing else to do but be in touch with yourself. And maybe to start intuiting how you can heal yourself. Now, I'm telling you how you can heal yourself by just saying it. The power of your word, wherever you want to be, you just are. I am healed. I am at peace. That's how you become. That's it. You become sick because you say you're sick, so you're sicker, right? So it's opposite. Everything, take all your negatives and make them powerful by saying the opposite, making them positive. So, my message is over. There is nothing else I can say. I can just repeat it again. I'm going to let this sink in. And hopefully somebody, even one of you, if just one of you made a click and started to see things differently, then that's great. Doesn't have to be everybody, but one person. And I do want to say this too. A lot of people, if you're my Facebook friends, you post things on Facebook and then you get mad that you don't have a lot of people liking it, reading it, commenting it. And then you post this bullshit like, I'm going to test you and see how many people are going to read my post. Oh, I say, poor you. It's not about your ego. Because if you're so worried about how many people are going to follow you and read your stuff, it's your ego. Do you know how many people read my stuff I have no clue about? I don't care. I do what I need to do. I post the truth. I post guidance. I post poetic messages. If you read it, fine. If you share it, fine. If you love it, fine. If you don't tell me, that's fine too. And, let me give you another Facebook hint here. You also post about, I'm going to clean out my friends list. And if you want to be my friend, you need to tell me. Those people I won't even respond to. Because they're not about love. They're not about unconditional love. They're all about control still. My last video was how to release control. If you didn't watch it, please watch it. Do you know how I release friends off of my Facebook? I send everybody a birthday message. And if that person who's having a birthday hasn't been on Facebook for 3 years, I unfriend them because they're not active. So I unfriend them. Isn't that easier than saying, anyone who doesn't, I'm going to clean out my Facebook page and I'm going to only keep you as my friend if you say you want to be. Me. That's how I see it. I had to say it. I've been wanting to say it, been wanting to post it, doing it now. Anyway, I love all of you. And even if you don't share my videos, I still love you. I just hope that one day, all of you, the whole planet, will awaken and you will see what I see. I mean, I can go into a different dimension just like that. I can stare at my tree that is not real for 2 seconds at night, and all the leaves that are reflected on my wall start to move. The wind moves. And the fairies and gnomes and elementals that frolic in my home, they start to appear. They're walking around my house. They're crawling around my house. And sometimes my carpet goes like this. It's fun. It's love. It's joy. It's peace. And that's what I'm giving to you sending you all love, healing, Reiki energy, peace, tranquility, and light. Thanks for coming.